Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Darlene with Featherweight Doctor. I am coming to you from my classroom in Ponderay, Idaho. I am on my 1941 block side today, and I am working on this t-shirt quilt. So I thought this is what we could do this evening for my sip and sew. How's everybody doing? How was your week? Oh, shoot. I need to do something for Catherine in Ontario. Ray, what? On my desk, there's a bobbin assembly in a Ziploc bag. Can you bring it over here real quick? So I know this isn't an Ask the Doctor. It's not a formal Ask the Doctor, but we took a call today from a lady named Catherine. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. And she was having problems with her bobbin assembly. So we're gonna make this semi-educational also. But before I get started, let me say hi to a few friends. So this is the part we're talking about here. Let me pull up my feeds real quick. Let's see, and then this one. YouTube. Oh, shoot darn. Shoot darn. Why do they let me handle the technology? I swear. It's never a good sign. Okay, lives and iron. Okay, so I'm jumping in there. Let me find me on, is this, nope, that's not me. Oh, here I am. On your bed. Okay. On your bed. All right, so we have Susan over on YouTube. Hello, hello. Thanks for saying hi. If you have never said hi before, I challenge you to be brave and to type in who you are and where you're from and how many featherweights you have. Let's play that game. I'm sure there are people watching that probably have more than I do. Oh, thank you, Mom. Sorry. You don't want to look at that shot. Well, hello again. My name is Darlene. I am with Featherweight Doctor. Now you can see my face and not just my sewing machine. Oh, yeah, we're off to a great start tonight. Okay. Let me back it up just a minute. Okay. So we have Kathy is on from East Texas. Hi, Leslie from San Antonio. Thanks for saying hello. Lisa's on from Phoenix. Nancy is on from Lake Stevens. Bernadette's on from Canada. Debbie's on from Kentucky. Myra is on from Issaquah. Let's see. Lisa's on from Tennessee. Donna says, I'm ready for the sip. I'm not allowed to sew when I sip. Probably a good call. And Myra made it. Yay, yay, yay. All right. We have Christine over in Massachusetts on YouTube. She says, hello, been a while for me. I'm glad to be able to tune in. Hope everyone is well. Happy spring. It snowed today in Idaho. And Susan's on from Ohio. I have just one featherweight, her 1948 named Dorothy. Very cool. All right. So this is for you, Catherine in Ontario, Canada. She called today because I'm going to show, how do I do this? There, we're just going to do this, both angles. Okay. So on this part right here, Catherine broke off this little knob right here. So she was calling to find out if I had just the plate. And I only have this one assembly. It's a it's a vintage original. So I would never separate the two of these. The other problem is if you buy the plate, a vintage plate from a like eBay or whatever, you have no idea whether it's warped, if it fits in your assembly. So I encouraged her to buy the whole assembly. So that meant that she had to take off her other one. She said she might check some of her other machines and see. In order to get just this plate off, you have to remove this baby little screw here called the jib hook screw. That is a pain in the tail. It is a genuine pain in the tail. So anyway, I thought I would show Catherine how to do this properly. So this is Morticia, and there's nothing wrong with her assembly, but there is a shaft that this seats on. And you have to access everything from underneath the machine. And once you have to remove the throat plate, which is the capital letter D for Darlene. You then go in, there are 2 set screws, this set screw and this set screw, and you pull it off once the throat plate is removed. To put the new one on, it's really important that there is a flat spot on the shaft if you look at a cross section of it like this. And it's really important, Catherine, that this part of do you see here where these 2 hooks kind of intertwine? The back hook, literally, the back hook points at the right set screw. This set, where the back hook points to this set screw, this is the set screw that you put on the flat part of the shaft. If you put this one on, it's literally 180 degrees out of time and it won't form a stitch. So Catherine, it's where these 2 hooks come together like this, the back points at the correct set screw that seats on the flat part of the shaft. There you go. That was a lot of S words. All right, Catherine, I hope that helps you. And if you need any other assistance, you know how to get a hold of me. All right, let's see here. Kim Warren says, it's a Friday. Yay. Catherine's on from Canada. It was, oh, there you are. You're on. Yay, you just saw it. Char's on from Australia and Molly's on from Spokane Valley. You had a few snowflakes today too. So the evil twin, Denise, and I, she lives down south of Coeur d'Alene. They had a 1/2 inch of snow when they woke up this morning. We had definitely had some snow, but nothing stuck. Thank goodness. I may have cried. Y'all, I need it to stop snowing. There was a couple in the store today who pointed out that this month is the 7th month of winter. 7th month of winter. No, thank you. Nope. I need the green grass. I need the flowers. I need some, natural earth regeneration. I'm done. Done. No more snow. Thank you. I've said my piece. Let's see here. What else do we have? Odie's on. Kathy's on from, don't lose that screw, right? Kathy's on from East Texas. Where are we at? Just jetted to the end of my Okay, so Leslie Miller in San Antonio only has 1 featherweight. That is a perfectly acceptable amount. Barbara Grover is on from Justin, Texas. She has 1 featherweight. Nice. Myra says, in Issaquah, I only have 1 featherweight. Yay. Dawn Williams has 4. Remember, we call it a collection, so they can't call us a hoarder. Just kidding. 4 is not remotely in the hoarding arena. You're getting there, though. Colette has 2 featherweights. Linda Hadley's on from Michigan. Hi, Linda. Thanks for saying hello. Beth's on from Minnesota. She says, happy Friday to everyone. I'm in Washington, D.C. area helping my daughter and family unpack boxes from a move from San Diego. She already found the quilt shop nearby this afternoon. Well, outside of like the grocery store and the bank, yeah, the quilt shop is next for sure. I hope she has a great shop around her. Leslie apologized about the snow. It's okay. I'll forgive you for sending it. She says Texas Hill Country was covered in bluebonnets. Oh, that sounds so pretty. Kathy, I'm not sending the snow to you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Deanna's on from Napavine. Hi, Deanna. Odie said it snowed in Oregon too. It melted before it hit the ground. Now it's sun shining. Is that a word? Dawn says it's spring here. Just cleared from a tornado warning. Oh, okay. Please be careful. Please be careful. Beth says spring is here in the Northeast. Daffodils, wisteria, and cherry blossoms are in full bloom, heading to central. You're quite the little traveler, girl. Heading to central Minnesota Monday, where we still have 2 to 4 feet of icy snow. Sorry. Kathy's on. Sandy's on. Amy is on from Iowa. Colette says, I'm thinking about having one of my featherweights machine painted just for fun. Any vendors you trust? We paint featherweights, and I definitely trust me. We're a little bit on hold right now with painting. We've sold the ones that we had available, and we are pausing because my family and I are moving to our forever home, and the paint shop will be set up there come midsummer. So Colette, if you're interested, you should message me and I can get you on our list. Sandy says, big teas today, almost 45. Can't wait for my flowers. Can I tell you, the morning or yesterday before it snowed, it was 57. That, talk about a tease. Come on. Anne's on from Enumclaw. Hi, Anne. Thanks for saying hi. Sharon's on from Oklahoma. Nice, nice. Debbie has 4 featherweights in Kentucky. That's, again, my rule with featherweights is you can only have as many featherweights as you can use in 1 month, because them sitting for more than 30 days is not good for them. So technically, I guess if you use a different machine every day, you could have 30. There you go. There you go. Beth says, confessing, I just required featherweight number 5, but Shirley has more than me. It's always fun to throw our friends under the bus, isn't it? And you have no featherweights? We can fix that. We can fix that. Let's see here. You guys are so funny. Lisa says, I have 5, or is it 6? Maybe 7, but who's counting? I know where you may have gotten a few of those. Bernadette says, shh. Is Paul listening, Bernadette? She has 6. 7, or Deanna has 7. They are just so cute. I love them. You have quite a collection going, girl. Cindy Hinkle's on. They're visiting Kansas. Kathy says there's tons of poppy and is it lupin here? Amy in Iowa says they might get 4 inches of snow. Can you paint lilac? Of course I can paint lilac, Odie. Shocker, you're asking about a purple color. It's like being surprised that my cup is green. If you know me, I like green. If you know Odie, she loves purple. The white featherweight, Kathy didn't come home from Expo with me. It sold in the last 15 minutes of Expo. Let's see here. Dawn says, hi, Kathy Soka. Thanks for saying hi. 3 need work of her 4. I wanted to take one with me and leave my grandmother's at home. Then Rick started helping the collection. Nice. Sharon says, thanks to the friend, I now have featherweight. I just finished showing my first quilt top. Yay! Congratulations. Let's see here. I'm ignoring my YouTube feed. Susan Nolan's on from Northwest Indiana. Hello. I inherited a 1948 featherweight named Catherine after the original owner. I have sewn clothes, curtains, and stuffed toys, but never quilted before. Well, she makes an excellent piecing machine. I'm just saying, just excellent. Kay's on, made a blouse for my granddaughter today. It'd been cut out for 2 years. Does it still fit her? And Susan is sipping Irish whiskey. I am sipping water. Y'all, the diet started about a week ago, and I am going dry for a little bit. Well, maybe not later, but I'm going dry right now. Kay says, my little featherweight. Mary performed like a charm. Nice. Molly says, I'm just babysitting my daughter's featherweight. She inherited from the hubby's Nana. That's fun. Polly, you're on. I've missed you. I forgive you about the time difference thing. It's okay. Do you guys not have daylight savings time in England? Your daughter's afraid of the featherweight? Yeah. These are not scary machines, folks. They're very easy. Bonnie's on. Hi, Irene Rogers from Marcon, Georgia. Thanks for saying hello. Oh, Karen's on from Ohio. Hello. Leslie, I don't know if I'll get any other time because the prices have more than, yeah. The featherweights really have kind of shot up through the roof. I know because I like to buy them and then resell them to my friends. And it's been really hard to even get a good price. Even one that I'm completely rolling the dice on. Like, you have no idea whether it even sews, if the motor's good, nothing. Oh, did you hear Andy? He said the exact same thing. Daylight savings time is U.S. only.
And it's going away this year.
Oh, and it's going away this year. So is it 1 a.m., Polly, or 11 a.m. in UK? Oh, she said, hold on. Polly says the UK daylight savings time doesn't switch over till this Sunday night, so I've been missing you all so much. Oh, we miss you too. See, there is daylight savings time in UK. Okay, I am working on this t-shirt quilt tonight. It has been all t-shirt quilt all the time lately. We are I'm going to be sewing some borders on. I thought you guys could roll with me. This is a client quilt. I have pins. I'm not, for those of you who know me, I'm not much of a pinner, but, oh, it's 11 p.m. Okay. And then you date spring forward to midnight. Okay. So join me here while I grab my first row. So this is a client quilt. She's been wanting one of these for a long time, and she came in my store around Christmas and wanted to find out about having a t-shirt quilt made. And that, if you guys remember, I did those 3 big ones for that wrestling guy, that wrestling ones with the wrestling t-shirts. And so I was like, don't even talk to me about a t-shirt quilt right now. I can't even. And so she came back in, and at the end of in February sometime. And so it is now Christine's turn to get her t-shirt quilts made. I feel like hiring someone to do a t-shirt quilt is a very personal request, because I feel like I kind of get to know them as I'm doing the shirts, at least what it is that makes them tick and makes them happy. I got to show you guys this cute little pin cushion too. Someone gifted this to me at Sew Expo. Look, they took that, I think it was Carlene actually. They took that little featherweight, the Singer featherweight fabric, and they made a pin cushion and then this beautiful turned base. Isn't that cute? Love it. It's my new favorite pin cushion. Kathy says, let's see, I hope so. I don't care which one we use. Oh, daylight saving, just leave it alone. I agree, because it messes up my labs. And if you guys have labs, you know that they are like, they know what time of day it is because they know when they eat next. Yeah. Bernadette in Canada says East, Western, and Eastern 2 daylight savings. So you guys do it in Canada too? Yes. Odie likes the t-shirt quilts also. Jeannie says, I've decided to finish my t-shirt quilt as you suggested just by tying it. It's a good way of doing it. That way you don't have to try and find a long armor, because typically they're huge. And some longer armors won't even touch these with their machines. So I don't have a problem touching them, but some I know several that make you sign a release if they do a t-shirt quilt for you. Let's see here. I promised my daughter with a one, and she's a marathoner. Eek. Well, I have lots of good suggestions, Molly, when you get around to it, because I have made many, and there's definitely like stabilizers I prefer using, especially when there's athletic shirts involved, because there's this one stabilizer we sell actually, and if you have athletic shirts as well as regular cotton t-shirts, it's the only way to go, in my opinion, because this one stabilizer works for both. You just have to lighten up your iron temperature so you don't melt the nylon athletic shirts. Let's see here. Yes, I totally believe that they're very sentimental also, Polly. Oh, Sydney. Hi, Sydney. How's it going, girl? Sydney says, I've done 10 t-shirt quilts, but never on my featherweight. I need to do the next one with my Winnie. They work really, really, really well. Good piecers. Can I tell you how many of these I've done? And I wish I would have kept my high school shirts and made one for, I don't have a t-shirt quilt because I didn't keep anything. I don't save things. So I didn't keep any shirts. Let's see here. Amy says, I made a t-shirt quilt for a friend's daughter. Don't think I'll ever make another. They are a lot of work. So I have my Morticia with me today. Oh, that's really loud, Andy. And she is quite the little champ here. She definitely is the one I play favorites for. So Bernadette, she says, how many t-shirts do you recommend? This one has uh, four rows of 5, so we did 20. But we actually had a few more t-shirts. But if you notice, like here's a double. I put 2 patches together. I like doing them in the collage kind of layout, not like the straight set where every single shirt is cut to the exact same size. You can totally do that. I just prefer to make it a little bit more scrapbook looking, for lack of a better term. Let's see. Sydney says, my kids and my husband joke t-shirt quilts make a family quilt. Oh, that's funny. Odie says, sports jerseys are tricky. Have you done a satin baseball shirt from circa 1980? That's very specific. And no, I haven't. That's funny. Let's see. Let's see here. Polly is talking. Oh. Let's see. Kim Warren says, so Andy, when daylight savings times end, we have only the standard time, fall time. Dear God, please don't please not the spring clock time. I know. I hope they just call it standard time for sure.
Pacific time.
Oh, just I'm sorry, the time zone. Pacific, Mountain, Central. Not Pacific Daylight, Pacific Standard. It's very confusing. When I'm setting up Zoom classes, I have to admit I have definitely had problems. Okay. Look at me, guys. I'm getting a lot done tonight. All right. Let me grab another script. I always think it's really hard when I'm making these for other people because, I need some scissors. Can someone hand me some scissors? Oh, I'll just break the thread. Because it's hard to know what to charge. People ask me for price quotes and stuff, and the problem is that the price is based on size, and depending on how many shirts you do, the size can change. So it's really hard to ballpark that for people. I actually have one for my nephew that's been underway for a while. I really need to, once I finish up this client one, I should probably get that one. Finish getting that one together. He's a ball player, so he has a lot of baseball jerseys and stuff. So, Kathy says, I'm just picking one, standard or daylight saving. I don't care. My body doesn't do well when the shifts forward and backwards. I agree, girl. Oh, the blue edging poly. So a lot of these shirts are swim shirts. The lady's a big swimmer. So we found like water fabric. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. I know Lisa is right. When we moved to Arizona, they do not do that. They do not conform. They do not move their times based on season. It's just the same time all the time. So it's always confusing living up here in the Northwest, because mom and dad's clocks don't change, but mine do. So part of the year we're on the same schedule, and part of the year they're an hour off, or I'm an hour off, as the case may be. So one of the cool things I like about this quilt is that she has a lot of swim shirts, and she picked this blue water, but I'll show you guys the outside border in a second. She picked a blue batik with with turtles on it because her swim team was called the Ohana swim team. I think it's very cool. My son lives in Hawaii, and he says that sea turtles are jerks. Not kidding. He says that they're jerks because they know that they're protected, and so they come up while you're surfing and like rub up against your leg and freak you out. He says they're jerks, which is hilarious. Yes, I'm Polly, I'm with Lisa too. The worst part about daylight savings time is the labs because they think, well, actually they're happy this time of year because they got their dinner an hour earlier than they normally do, but typically they're, when it's the when it was the fall back, oh my gosh, trying to get them to switch over to the new time, Lord help me. They act like we're starving them. You know how everybody knows that I have the newer puppy, and there was a lot of bad habits that Rogue had, and so I really tried to like consciously think through like how to raise Luna differently than Rogue so that she was a good dog forever. And I one of the things that I did was like we trained her differently. She was socialized in the store much earlier. We never really socialized Rogue very well, and he's just not good in public. Um, and but Luna has been raised in this store since she was 10 weeks old, and so she is like super chill about people, and she knows when she's in here she can't be crazy. See, here's the Ohana swim team. Isn't that cool? Anyway, so one of the things, because Rogue is just darn right disrespectful about food, like darn right disrespectful when it's time to eat. And so one of the things I do with her when I feed them in the mornings is she doesn't get fed on demand. I don't just race down stairs and feed them. Rogue is not happy, but I make them both wait. I get up and I do a couple things, and then I feed them so that she doesn't just demand food like he does. Rogue, if he thinks it's time to eat at 6 o'clock in the morning, will bark in your face. Like he will get on the bed and bark in your face. He is awful. And I was like, nope, we are not doing this again with the next dog. So she knows that I come down. My husband loves to mess up the couch every night, so I straighten the couch. I make my coffee, and then she gets fed. So she isn't just barking in my face and demanding food. Leslie Miller says, "What? I thought they were all cool, like on Finding Nemo." The sea turtles. Nope. According to my son, they're jerks. Like, okay, Cole. Okay. Polly says labs are food driven. The autumn time switch has them acting like they're being starved or tortured. For sure. Rogue is the epitome of call PETA. My mom is abusing me by not giving me dinner on demand. It's like she doesn't love me. Oh, the fabric almost looks like Dutch wax fabric. Oh, very good. Very good. Oh, you have automatic feeders for your pups, Bernadette? That's not a bad idea. We're going to have some big dog expenses with the move to the next house. We will not have a fenced yard, and we will live on acreage. And so we're going to have to buy, have you guys seen those collars, those GPS collars? So we don't lose track of the dogs, and we can kind of put up like an invisible fence, because otherwise they're not gonna be able to stay out of the creek. Labs. We have a creek running through our property. I will murder them if they go outside and get muddy and wet. I mean, I already see it coming. I don't even know why I'm wasting my breath. It's going to happen. Um, but yeah, we're going to be getting these collars. They are horribly expensive, but I can't not know where my dogs are, right? Oh, you. Lisa says she has 5 dogs. Auto feeders would be hard. Okay. Let me see if there's a better angle here. There we go. You can see a little better. I'm pretty excited. A lady was in earlier and I just picked up another 301, a really, really nice 301 with a beautiful box. And it came with its own folding table, which I had yet to see the 301 folding tables. I recently had a featherweight folding card table in the shop, but the 301's table is very cool. Pretty excited about that. Apple AirTags. Attaching them to your dog. It's not a bad idea, actually. Oh, you use the tracking colors when you're in the woods. Kim Warren, do you know the brand? Because the one I looked at was like crazy expensive, like $600 a collar expensive. Bonnie says, I have an invisible fence, works great as long as the batteries aren't dead. Let's see here. The color, Deanna, is the two-tone. It looks like a 1950s car. Pretty awesome. It looks just like Ray's Juno. The machine's original owner's name was Margie, so the name will go along with the new machine. I totally agree with you, Leslie. 301s are the natural choice for featherweight lovers. Completely agree with you. Because they're like the big sister, right? You can fit so much more in the neck of the machine, and they take your fingers off if you're not careful. Like they're that fast. Hi, Sarah. She says, oh no, I'm late at a baseball game. That's okay. We'll forgive you if you're late. Better late than never is what I like to say. Why can't you? Well, Nancy says, why can't you just use AirTags on the dogs? The problem is that it doesn't set up an invisible fence. It just tracks the dog's location. But but I guess you have to kind of be around it. And if the dogs run off, then you're not around them. Cindy Hinkle, my friend in Upper Michigan, says, can you please remind me what kind of power source you use when you're camping? Yes, a Goal Zero. Oh my gosh, am I saying that right? Goal Zero. It's the 200i lithium battery. It works like a charm. A full charge, you can get 4 hours of sewing on it. And then last year I bought solar panels for mine. So I had unlimited sewing at the campsite. I bought my Goal Zero battery at Bass Pro. I think we bought it at Bass Pro Shop. You're welcome, my sweet. I think you can get them on Amazon though. Too. That whole, what did Odie say? Oh, she used it on her Vegas or suitcase on Vegas. I know Mom and Dad recently were on a cruise and they used the AirTags to find their luggage at the cruise ship terminal. Not a bad idea, actually. Kim, you use Garmin collars. They would not work with a perimeter. Maybe they make one though. Okay. You don't have a 301, Deanna. Do you prefer them over a featherweight? Oh gosh, that's such a hard question. So the featherweight will always have its place in my repertoire, my sewing repertoire, for the portability factor. Because it's 11 pounds of ferocious, unassuming workhorses. But the 301 has all of the same cool, like it's really fast and it shows a perfectly straight line. But it has that bigger neck. So if I'm doing things like making a bag or even doing like a quilter, yeah, Odie, I'll repeat it in a sec, or like quilting something where I need to fit a larger amount of fabric in the neck of the machine, the 301 is your next best option. Odie, it's called the Goal Zero 200i lithium battery. You know when I had the wine incident, do you remember the wine incident with the Bernina? She had to go into the engineering workshop to figure out whether I fried the motherboard with that glass of wine. And I pulled out Ray's 301 in the classroom that week, and I sewed on her 301 all week long. And then my Bernina came back from the sew and vac, and I set it in the case. And by golly, I missed that 301. I mean, I have the Tula Pink Edition 770 Bernina, like fancy Bernina. And that 301 was faster than my Bernina. And I like to sew fast. So, and they're also just like workhorses. Like same thing, we'll sew leather, theater curtains. Now they're not 11 pounds. These are serious pieces of machinery, the 301s, but they are magnificent creatures, and you can switch some parts with your featherweight. You can have you can use the same foot controller, bobbin casing, but that's pretty much the extent of what you can swap back and forth, because you can't even change presser feet with them because they have a high slant shank, and the featherweight is a low universal shank. Have Molly wants to know if I've ever used a hand crank singer. I have. I had a 99K in the store for a while. One of my local clients bought her. She was fantastic, and there was something really what's the word? Kind of calming about sewing with no motor sound. Oh, not goal zero. Goal zero. The wine incident. Leslie says, do tell. Yeah, you would definitely have to practice with a hand crank and build muscle memory. I totally agree with you. So Leslie, a couple months ago, I know better than to have open containers, like any kind of fluids, in my shop, because I am super klutzy. And recently I was on my Instagram pre-show, which we don't do anymore. And I had just gone over and got have a glass of wine. And I had grabbed one of the champagne glasses, which are like stemless champagne glasses from our grand opening party. Why? I don't know. For goodness sakes, I sell sip and sew lidded cups. And I literally sat it on my desk right in front of me. And then I had literally just said on camera, boy, I know better than to have an open or a non-lidded cup in here. And at that same time, Goal Zero, correct. Goal Zero 200i lithium battery. Odie. Just then, the wine glass got knocked over into the ports of my Bernina, like into the side where all the electronics is. And I about died because the Bernina immediately like stopped working. Like the foot controller wasn't operating the machine anymore. And so thank goodness it wasn't like the real show, this show. And so I jumped off really quick, and my husband, who happened to be here, he isn't normally here, grabbed my Bernina and tipped it up on end so that everything could drain out. And I guess we saved it. But girls, it was going to be $1,000 to replace the motherboard if I would have fried the motherboard in my Bernina. $1,000. Oh my goodness. Oh, good. Odie, you found it on Amazon. Could you link it in the chat in case anyone else is looking for it? It was bad, Leslie. It was bad. Let's see here. We have Don Williams says, I recently inherited a 15 that I need to get running well. I was also given a treadle 128 and a 99. Nice. Very nice. Those 15s are like crazy industrial. I don't usually get so much done. I'm not sure what's happening. That was bad. But that 301 saved Monday. Like I don't have 17 other machines I could have pulled out to sew with in the store. But my Bernina is like my main like modern stitcher. And it has the extra big neck in it, so I can do bindings and that kind of thing. Oh, you didn't know about the model 15? They kind of look like they are big beasts, and they look like if the featherweight is a salmon, the 15 is like the blue whale. They're big machines, but very, very, very robust. Because I'm only drinking water now. Does anybody have any big plans over the weekend? Leslie says, I have a fleet of vintage sewing machines, but the only one I fell madly in love with was my featherweight. I get that. They are easy to fall in love with, Leslie. You're in good company here. We'll be your support group. Hi, Melanie. How's it going, girl? Thanks for saying hey. Molly down in Spokane says, I bought a Rocketeer last year and still haven't played with it. Polly says they are so heavy, the Singer 15s, the 66s, early 201s, you need to hoist them. She says they're backbreakers. Completely true. Oh, thanks, Odie. If anybody's interested in that battery I was talking about, Odie posted a link in the feed. Let me see if I can pin it. They are super sturdy for sure. Della! Hi, Della. How are you? How's my Mary? Is she good? Della bought my beautiful school bell. We are cruising along, folks. Well, tonight is make your own poke bowls in my house. I finally found a good source for raw fish here in Sandpoint. There's literally a little shack in town that flies their fish in. And they're only open 2 days a week and for 5 hours a day. That's it. For 5 hours those 2 days. But they have really good, really good sashimi grade fish. And so we have finally been able to add poke back into our menu planning. Let's see here. Sandy Reese thinks she has 215s. Girl child. Melanie says she chased cows out of the yard today as the winds broke the fence line. Oh my gosh, that sounds like an adventure. Karen says she's working on a QAL, Sparrows quilt by pen and paper. I'm behind. LOL, rainy weekend, so good time to focus and sew. Absolutely. Jeannie, hello Jeannie. Harris, she says, I used to sew on high-end brothers. I got my first featherweight, trying to get the courage to try it out more, to try out a much more manual machine. Any suggestions? More manual than the featherweight, you mean? I used to sewing on high-end brother. I got my first featherweight, trying to get more courage to try out a much more manual machine. The featherweight is as manual as they come. There's no motherboard. There's no circuit board. The weather, Sydney and Ponderay, is snowing. It's not currently snowing, but it's been snowing on and off all day. What is that? The bowls. What is that? The bowls. What are you talking about, girl? Bowls. Where are you looking, Lisa Meadows? You're always making stuff that sounds so good. We like to eat. We like to eat, hence the diet. Yes. Oh, Bonnie did the same quilt as you go. That's cool. Has Andy started spraying my favorite? No, he has not. He still owes me that machine, Polly. My green featherweight is coming. Oh, about dinner. What is that? Poke bowls. Poke. You know what poke is, right? Poke is raw fish. We have escalar, which is white tuna, ahi tuna tonight, and salmon. I bought 3 different kinds of fish. Yum. Oh, good. Mary's fine. Good. Let's see. Bonnie, let's see. I got, Molly's pruning her roses over the weekend. And Kay says, I have a Patriot electric generator with a 4-hour blanket runner. Nice. That will work too. Oh, no, I direct this. Lisa, what you talking about? What you talking about, Lisa? I love that show. Or hold on, let me go do this. Let me see what you're talking about, Miss Lisa. What to do? Where'd you DM me, Lisa? Do you cook the poke? Oh no, Cindy. Oh no. Poke is raw fish. Yummy. Just sat down with a manual and try it in scraps. You quickly learn the basics. Yes, ma'am. I agree. Oh, okay. Yes, poke bowls are. It's raw fish cubed up, and then it's served with like sauces and fish eggs and seaweed, and you serve it over rice. So good. Poke bowls are a Hawaiian thing, but we eat them in Sandpoint, Idaho. All right, friends. I think I'm gonna check out here. I feel like this was a proper sip and sew. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend and takes good care of themselves while you're out gardening. I hope you